What's up, peeps, man? It's your boy Spaces, man. It's a crazy day. I'm up early on a Saturday, but I got a lot to do today. And so I'm gonna do this vlog style. I have a very, very special venture I want to take you guys on behind the scenes, man. We've been working, okay? We got this thing that we're gonna do today. I'm not gonna tell you guys till we get there. So we got that, and then we're gonna be DJing today for a college football team that's here in the city. And so we got a long day today on a good old Saturday. Anyway, man, I just wanted to tell y'all that I just woke up, man. And it's like 7:30 on a Saturday morning, so I got some things to do. I gotta put some music together for the DJ list and get it all downloaded so I don't have to worry about the internet and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. And once I get that done, then we will go off and to our adventure. So I'll see y'all on the way there, because we're gonna talk about some more things on the way. And then I will show you where we end up at. All right? I'll see y'all quite quickly. All right, y'all, man. So we are on the way. I am so excited for you guys to see this, man. Y'all have no idea, man. I've been hiding this behind the scenes for a while now, and it's finally come today. Anyway, man, so we're on our way, and we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna show y'all outside when we first get there, so you can kind of see what it looks like, so you can get the full experience of everything that's going on. And then when we get inside, we'll see what they allow us to do. I've already let them know that I'm gonna be vlogging today, so hopefully I can get a couple interviews and different things like that today. So we're gonna see what happens. So I'll see y'all when I get there. What's up, people, man? We are here, baby. It's Spaces, man. We are here today at STB Records Studios in the country, man. Grand Cane, Louisiana, where if you hear they got great music going on, we may be embarking on a new adventure with them, man, in the hip hop pop section. So I definitely cannot wait to bring the vlogs that's gonna happen in this studio. I gotta show y'all around, man. Gotta show y'all around. So take a look at this. What's up, man? We are here, STB Records Studios in good old Grand Cane, Louisiana, man. We're in the woods. But guess what's in the woods, man? Music is going on in the woods, man. We got a lot going on today. So with me, I have my guys, man. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Here we go, cool. Hey, unscripted, here we go. My name's Kyle Root, I'm producer. This is my co-producer, Leaf Shavely, and we are STB Records.
Absolutely, man. They're gonna show us around STB Records and show us everything that's going on in here, man. And you never know, man. You never know where you may see me. You just never know where you may see me, but go ahead and show us around, man. We're gonna follow you.
Yeah, so this is the control room here. And we're undergoing a remodeling right now, so if you see anything unsightly, you know what's going on. So this is the main live room here. We got plenty of snare drums, endless amplifiers, endless cymbals.
Oh, man.
It's a cool vibe, man. The curtains, if you guys are familiar with Kiss, this came from their tour in 1993.
Oh, wow. Did you say Kiss?
Like yeah, good old
That's
Kiss, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, so we hung these up, and one of our close buddies, his name's Rob. And so Rob Long is the tour manager for Motley Crue, and he was the tour manager for Kiss.
Oh.
So he's heavy-handed in a bunch of those acts like that, and right before the studio opened, he called me one day. He said, hey man, studio open, I was like, man, yeah, what you got? He's like, I want to send some stuff down there if you don't mind. I was like, okay. So I'm thinking a U-Haul truck.
Yeah.
Dude, I show up and an 18-wheeler sitting outside.
Oh, man.
So he was like, man, I had all this stuff in storage from back in the day. It just collects dust. So these people started unloading this stuff, and the L and the A came from Motley Crue's tour. Leaf, do you know the name of the tour?
It was the Hollywood LA tour.
Yeah.
Hollywood LA tour.
Yeah, so this is straight from their original tour back in the 80s.
Man, that is history.
So we're kind of under construction. They actually light up. I don't have them plugged in right now, but they're really, really cool. So yeah, man, there's a lot of cool artifacts around here. We've actually got, this was Ace Frehley's amplifier. He was the guitar player for Kiss.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's one of his amps. And legend has it, this high watt was used on the Black Album from Metallica.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's badass, man.
It's a lot of greatness going on in here.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And you know what's
man.
crazy? I can hear the acoustics in the room as I'm talking to
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And we're still tweaking, man. I mean, naturally the room sounds really good, but it's just never ending. We're still fine tuning and tweaking, and but yeah. So this is kind of the main live room. There's a bathroom back there. We're actually going to put in another wall over here and put in a vocal booth inside of here.
Oh, cool.
With the windows, so if I'm tracking a live band, we can all kind of collectively be together. And
that's cool.
everything.
That's cool.
So, and this is just a temporary vocal booth right here. This is going to be leaving. But looks good.
Got Beetlejuice on it, man.
Beetlejuice sign
Yeah,
on it.
you gotta get the Beetlejuice on there. Man, that's something else.
Oh yeah. Oh, the other artifact in here that's really cool. I've got sound panels in front of it right now, but the mirror flame back here is actually the band Audio Slaves.
Audio Slaves.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see if I can move this out of the way so you can get a shot of it. So this was one of their props on the last tour they did. I don't know if you can swing around here and see
swing
it.
around there and catch that.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. Like,
man, that is
wild.
insane.
It's wild, man. I think their last tour was like in 2006 or something like that.
That's crazy.
And Chris Cornell passed away, years ago, and they're no longer. But dude, it's a really cool piece of history. If you want to call it that.
Crazy. Yes, it is. I remember this.
Yeah.
Being on their stage. I've never been to the concert, but I've seen videos of it.
So we got it from good old Rob. He hooked us up, and he was just like, "Man, I ain't ever going to use it. Just keep it up there."
That's crazy, man.
Freaking wild.
Man, what is this, a clear DW?
Yeah, that's the studio acrylic kit. It sounds great, man. It's a really good kit, man.
Wow. It's clear.
Yeah. I want to get some lights and put it in there.
You have to. You got to.
I hadn't got around to it yet.
And you gotta add them to motion with sound.
Right, yeah. Every time you hit the kick drum, it's like
absolutely.
Over,
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here, man. It's just, dude, what you think is going to take 2 days takes 2 months. We're so busy. And,
I understand completely.
So this side of the studio is historical. This is a federal historic building. So a lot of the modifications and stuff that we do, we have to we have to call people and be like, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? So it's real slow going.
Yeah.
They added this tunnel in the 60s.
Oh, wow. It's like a dungeon.
Yeah. So this goes over into, this used to be a post office back in the day. And this, we got to get this on camera.
Oh, yeah.
My mom actually made this for the studio as a gift. It is so cool. So it's a mic locker. And she took old sheet music. I don't know if you can see this. She took old sheet music and lined the inside of it.
Wow.
Like, these are old hymns we used to sing at church.
Oh, wow.
It's really, really cool, man. I couldn't believe she did that.
Is this like a China cabinet?
I don't know, man. I know one thing, it's heavy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. How heavy China cabinets are.
Yeah. So that was really cool of her to do that, man.
And I love the how you got the mics and everything in here.
Yeah, it's just a really cool display. It's kind of like the central brains of the studio, where it's like, hey, where's the mic at? It's in the mic locker. So that's, yeah. So we got our bathrooms back here. The one back there has a shower.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Spend the night. You gotta.
Yeah, exactly. This is Studio B. This is one of our artists here. This is Arlen Banks.
Hey man, nice to meet y'all, man.
And this is our other producer, Blake Griffith. He's wrote songs for Tim McGraw and
you
name it.
You the man.
Yeah.
If you writing for that guy, you is the man, brother.
Yeah. So they're in here working on some stuff, and we just added this. This is just a vocal booth. If you walk in here, it's just like an anechoic chamber, and we hadn't prettied it up yet.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Golly,
Yeah.
bro.
So if you want some dead vocals, this
This is the spot for the dead vocals right here.
Yeah, it's great.
Can y'all hear this on the mic? How dead this is? You gotta be.
You could probably clap and
come in and close the door.
Come in and close the door. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy, bro. You can't hear a thing in here.
Super dead. Yeah. You know, we're not done with it. We hadn't prettied it up yet, but you see where it's going.
Yeah. It's real good sound in here.
Oh yeah, man. And we still got a lot of work to do in here, making this look really good. You don't want to see that back there. That's the office. That's under construction.
I understand.
But yeah, I'll show you the front area too. So this was the original vocal booth, but it's been kind of disassembled. But and I still track in here a little bit, but. So we're going to expand. We're going to knock these walls out here and expand this whole vocal booth into there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So it's kind of it's a twofer. Like you can work here directly with me, or if you're with the band, you can step over out there into there and then see the band. Work that way.
And then they'll be videoed here.
Yeah. So it's a never-ending process, dude.
Man, this is
so much work, dude.
Insane, bro.
We hadn't really fully figured out this room yet. Obviously, it's guitar storage right now. So
for sure.
So Hemingway's daughter,
with the youngest one, London. She came and done this mural. She hand painted this. It took her like 15 hours. Like she was up for like 2 days straight, you know, putting it together. And I was like, man, that's so freaking. Man, shout out to London, man. That's my little niece. I call her my little niece.
Yeah, we'll tag her in this.
Yeah, we'll tag her in this for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
she done
a great job, and you know we're still not done in here. But you can see where it's going.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
I'll show y'all the front here. So we had the big tornadoes come through, you know, a couple months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And it tore this whole front down. And we just got this put up like yesterday or the day before yesterday. And we finally got approval from the town to hang our sign. We've been wanting to hang this sign for like 10 years. We finally got it. And so we were gonna, basically, long story short, we were gonna have this sign made to put out there, right? Well, me and Leaf were joking. We're like, man, someone's just gonna make us that sign. We don't have to worry about it. And sure enough, this guy calls me. He lives here in town. His name's Sammy. Sammy, is it Chisholm or something?
Chisholm.
Yeah, we'll give a shout out to him too for making the sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll pull up the studio one day and the sign's sitting out front. And I was like, okay, Leaf, did you order a sign? He was like, no, where did it come from? So we're like calling around this guy. Sammy calls me. He's like, hey man, I just really like what y'all are doing. Just take it. I was like, oh my God, like, holy crap, dude. Like, so yeah. So we got the sign. Yeah.
That is crazy. You know what I'm noticing? I didn't notice this at first. These are 1/4-inch plug-ins.
Yeah.
I did not notice that till right now.
So whenever we first came up with the concept of STB Records, you're like, man, anytime you open a business, like, logo-wise, what are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do with the logo? So we went through a bunch of designs and stuff, and Rob, who hooked us up with all the cool artifacts here, he was like, hey man, have my buddy make this, check it out. And as soon as we saw it, we were like, that's the logo. You know? And I didn't notice for several days or weeks that those were cool plugs. So people will see it, and we'll be hanging out in the studio, because we kind of have the logos all over the place. They'll be like, man, are those guitar cables inside of that? I was like, yeah, it sure is, man. So it's a really great design, man. He done a really good job with it.
That's really nice.
So
too.
We're stoked, man.
I love the Christmas tree.
Yeah, well, it's only there because we're too lazy to take it down.
Hey man, you gotta leave it, bro. You gotta leave it. This is the guitar, the headphones, the records. 8 tracks.
Dude, old school. Hey,
Hey, come here, baby. Look again.
I tell everybody this is what I started with.
I don't know if y'all see this is an 8-track cassette, and it goes like this into a 8-track player, and it plays music. And the only way that you can rewind this is to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. Man.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah, back in the day, that was it, dude.
Music had to be good because you had to listen at the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
Still works.
It probably still works,
It
man.
still works.
Yeah, it probably still works. But
Man,
yeah,
this
dude.
is cool, man.
It's really cool, man.
So Kyle, man, tell us about Steel Studio, man. What y'all really want to do here, man? Like, what's the goal?
Man, we just want to make good music. That's the main thing. You know?
Well, let's be real though. What we really want to do is we want to make this the next Muscle Shoals. We want this to be the biggest studio in America.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Yeah,
In the world.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, just make it as big as we possibly can.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Because, when we first started doing this, we done it because we love music.
Yeah.
That was the number one thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this could be a 4-hour-long video, but, when we first started, like, things were hitting, we're like, man, there's a lot of people who want to come down here and track, and me and him have been in and out of studios, like professional studios, our whole life. And it's like, there's so many studios, like, not naming any names, but you can bleep it out. Blade. Remember Blade?
Yep.
Man, it was such an amazing studio. And to me, like, nothing ever came out of there that was like, damn, that's good.
I know it, man. And
You
it
know?
was there for a while, too.
And it was
there for
such
a
an
while.
amazing studio.
I'm going to give you this, my brother, so you can talk on it, too. I'm going to get some of your stuff, too, man. I got some good stuff on it.
But yeah, so, we would be in these studios, multi-million-dollar studios, and it's like, man, nothing sounds good. Like, and nothing's really personal. A lot of the bigger studios in Nashville, it's kind of cookie cutter. You kind of going through the meal. They're just stamping stuff out, And
Nothing ever comes out sounding like a real professional album.
Yeah,
like your favorite artist, because they don't usually have access to those kind of studios.
Exactly. So, it's kind of a crazy thing because, like, man, you have artists come through, like for Arlen that y'all met earlier, for example. He just done an album with Jelly Roll's band in Nashville, and so we're redoing the whole album. And not to say there are great studios out there, but the majority of the stories we hear is people calling. They're like, man, why does this stuff not sound good? I paid really good money for it. Like, it should be better,
Well, they're not going to give those people the same treatment as they're going to give someone that's a big established artist.
Yeah. And it's really, a lot of those bigger studios are kind of curated to the bigger artists, who can sit there and hire a $10,000 producer and sit there and make stuff sound good, So, but anyway, so when we first started, we were just wanting to make stuff sound good, and the more we got into it, like, there's a full 360 thing that happens because a lot of these artists, the majority of these artists come through and they're like, man, they don't know anything about marketing. They don't know anything about releasing music, the best way to do it. Facebook algorithms. Yeah, he's the brains behind that. Like,
Ads.
ads, yeah.
Well, yeah, being able to run ads for their own music, because most people today are independent artists. They're not on a label. And if they are ever going to get on a label, to get to that point, you've got to be able to build up you have to be able to build up your portfolio to where they're interested.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to do all this business yourself.
Yeah.
And they
It's a
have
job.
no way to do that. Because, I mean, it's enough of it that you have to go out and play all the time, and you have to push your music, so you have to be everything.
Yeah, and dude, it's almost impossible, Like, I fully believe, like, the guys like Wetzel or like T-Pain or any established artist, like, they have a team of people working for them. Right. They're not posting on Facebook every day.
Absolutely.
Like, hourly or however the algorithm wants you to do it. So in doing this and getting to the point, it's like, all right, we know how to produce well, work with people well, we got good equipment, we got a good facility, we're giving these people their product and it sounds great, and they're like, what do we do with it? So for me and him, us thinking about it, we're like, man, if we don't help these people get, I hate calling it a return on investment, but like, you want people to hear it and you want to make money off of what you're releasing. And if those things don't happen, that revolving door of clientele, they're not going to come back and record. It's not because they had a bad experience or it sounded bad, but like nothing's happening with their music. And it should be, because dude, we have artists come through here every day that are like, dude, this should be top 10. And it could be. It's just pulling the right strings.
If they're not successful, we're not successful.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
You have, and as artists, man, a lot of artists don't even understand the other side of it. They have, I've spoken with people where they have to get that you have to be noticeable on social media.
Dude,
social media is the biggest thing that it's not the old days of, I'm gonna put a album together, I'm gonna advertise it on the radio, I'm gonna put this together, a commercial on TV. It's none of that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, half the people don't listen to the radio.
Absolutely.
People use Spotify. They stream it.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy, man. And that's a whole nother world too, especially living right here next to Texas. There's Texas radio, and it's a big entity, I'm sure that's everywhere, but in Texas is probably the biggest, and you got internet radio and stuff like that. And like, man, like some of the biggest artists, like Co Wetzel, for example, like, dude, he don't give a crap if he's played on radio. Dude, he's got 7 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
I don't think he's ever had a #1 Texas radio song.
No.
Because it's not on the radio.
And he's the biggest artist in Texas.
That there is.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So for us, we really wanted to figure out and get together a team of people to make this a 360. I hate saying the term 360 because it's not a 360.
Well, full service.
A full service, turnkey. Yeah, that's much better said. Because, man, I think, what would you say, 98% of artists that work with us are just kind of clueless? To an extent, at least,
They may make great music, but they're missing a couple things. Getting the production, getting video work done, because you have to have video for social media.
Age of TikTok.
And you have to have ads, business, ways of getting people to see it.
Right. So, like I said, if their music doesn't do good, we don't do good. And we want to see them do good. Absolutely. So it's kind of a yin and yang type deal. If they win, we win, and vice versa. So we really wanted to get to the point where it's like, man, all right, here's your record. It sounds awesome. Now, here's your blueprint. Here's your blueprint of what you need to do. You can either do this yourself, or we have a team of people, and so a lot of these people come up here and it's like, man, we've already developed trust and repertoire with these people, and they really like what we're doing. They're gonna go and be like, hey, basically hold our hand, show us the next. So I want to get it to where it's like, man, this is a full turnkey, like, boom, out the door. Record's done. This is your next move. Here's your next move, and here's your next move. Then we can't do that alone. So over the years, it's taken many countless hours of meeting people and being like, man, like, let's figure this out. So, and we're not fully there yet. But in 20 years, I'm probably still going to be saying that, and we're super successful, and it never ends.
What's your main genre that you do now here?
Really Texas country. I think a lot of it has to do with maybe location, because we're right here on the Texas line, but we do everything, If it was up to me, I'd just do like pop music or rock music. And I love country. I play pedal steel guitar. I love country, but like it gets old, but we do everything, try to at least, So, but yeah. I don't know if you have any more questions. Hopefully that gave you kind of runabout.
Heck, we've even done orchestras here.
Yeah, we tracked the Shreveport Symphony a couple years ago, and man, that was
a project.
That was a project, man. Like, you come in here and you're like, man, we're doing a 4-piece band today, and it's like, dude, this is a walk in the park. Remember that time we recorded a 20-piece orchestra? Holy crap, Like
20 pieces?
Dude,
Oh yeah, not to mention all the vocalists for the choir.
Yeah, it was a 20-piece, and we done some of it in sections, but I think we had a choir section. I think that was like 10 people. Tracking together at once, it wasn't like layering overdubs. We'd still be layering overdubs if we were to do it as separate tracks. But yeah, dude, that was that was a learning experience for sure.
And on top of that, it was not just an orchestra; it was also an electric band.
Yeah.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah, it was wild. It was a band, kind of a rock band incorporated into playing with the orchestra. We're tracking all this together, you know. So like, imagine, you know, you got 20 headphone lines out there and like having to cater to everybody, you know.
All the horn sections.
Yeah, and then sound isolation and setting people up, and you know. It's not something I want to do every day, but it was definitely, I'm glad it happened because I learned a lot with it.
Big learning experience.
Because now if like an 8-piece band comes in, I'm like,
yeah, whatever.
Easy, you know, that's nothing, you know.
Yeah, man, tell the people what y'all working on, y'all DAW of choice.
Oh, Studio One, Personas.
One.
Straight, Baton Rouge, they from Baton Rouge?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man,
Well, looking at all the DAWs now, like honestly, Pro Tools was kind of the staple of the industry, but they didn't make updates. They didn't go forward, and Studio One's going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even have color-coded tracks to
Yeah.
be able to decipher from until recently.
Yeah, man, I love Studio One. It's been my main DAW for like almost a decade now. Yeah. So shout out to Studio One, man, and all those guys out there, man. They're doing a great job. Absolutely. Love them.
Innovate or get left behind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's funny because when I first started using Studio One, I was like, man, this is incredible, you know. And I'm several years, and something had happened, and I called their customer support, and I saw it was a Louisiana number. I was like, and that's when I found out they were down in Baton Rouge. I was like, oh my God, this is perfect, you know? So they're awesome, man. I love
Everybody on my
them.
channel have heard my story of Studio One, because I've been on Studio One since 2017, 16, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been some years.
Yeah.
And everybody heard my story. I was with Chris at Los Angeles, and we were working on his album with Earco.
Mm-hmm.
And there was other people there in the studio with us. Any changes that had to be made or anything they were adding, they had to get their track to Earco to add it to the song or whatever. This was Studio One 3 and no, was it 3? I think it was 3 at the time. 3 or 4, one or the other. And man, I was able to do whatever it was I was doing, bounce it down, send it off as quick as anybody. And this one guy, everybody was working on Logic at the time. And it was like, hey man, what's that you use? And I said, this is Studio One, baby. Right now, nobody knows about it, but
It's the next big thing.
But no, it's coming.
Yeah.
And here we are. Studio One is creeping on. They're almost at the top, if not at the top already.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, man, I hadn't met anybody who was like against Studio One. I think if anybody I've met in the industry so far is on something else, they're either asking me questions about Studio One or they're fixing to make this swap. You know,
I think a lot of the people that are still using like the old thing, like Pro Tools, are usually people that's what they started with. They got to know it.
Yeah, they're just comfortable with it, you know. And I was on Pro Tools for a while, and then you know, I think I started on Studio One 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize how bad it was.
Yeah,
you know.
And a lot of guys that's on Pro Tools, they're on older versions. They're not updating.
No.
They're on older versions.
Yeah.
They just work, and they just know that.
They know what they know, and they're sticking to it. Yeah, that's like the window updates. Just like, man, I don't want to update nothing. Everything's working good. I don't want to chance it. You know.
Staying on Windows 97.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I create in Bitwig, but when they come down to mixing and mastering, I'm right back to Studio One.
Dude, that's where it's at, man.
Yeah, man. There's nothing better.
Yeah.
And I think if I was doing more live recordings like drums and guitars and plugging in, I would probably just stick with Studio One. But I feel like Bitwig handle third-party plugins and all of the.
It's a little more seamless.
Huh?
It's a little more seamless.
Yeah, absolutely. But when I get all that together, because I use that machine, and once I get all of that together and I'm finished,
It's going into Studio One.
Yeah, game over. That's
over
it. Yeah, yeah. Dude, it's,
work it. I can get through it pretty fast. I can get a good mix, good master.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Dude, it's crazy, man. Not to keep hard about Studio One, but like, I want to say for a while, dude, and I still have, I probably have like over 1,600 plugins, and like now I'm down to like maybe 15, and like the majority of those are just stock plugins. You know, it's like, how many compressors can you need? Like, holy crap, man! You know,
even on my channel, because I review a lot of them, but I'm always telling people, like, find the one you love. I review them because y'all need to know about them.
Right.
That's what my channel is about, is putting stuff out there that you need to know. But man, find your one, maybe two, and stick to those. Learn those as much as you can, and go with it.
Yeah, you know, I think people get option paralysis because they have so many plugins. You know,
I've had it.
Yeah, me too.
I got diagnosed for it, and now I'm down to one. I'm down to the whole.
Oh man, yeah, I've been there, man. You get option paralysis, and like, actually, having too many plugins, like, it's good to have options, but like, my sessions would get so big because I had so many plugins. Like, I'm trying to fix this vocal, and I've got 13 plugins on it.
Right.
When you get, I call it nose blind, but you've heard it so many times, and it's like, you're going backwards.
Yeah.
Turn all of them off and start over. You don't need it.
If you get a good recording, you don't need much to make it sound.
Dude, man, I'm telling you, man. Like,
Get right at the source.
Dude, I could do a whole episode on that, because I can remember, listening to stuff when I first started producing, and I threw all these plugins at it trying to make it sound like I wanted it, but it wasn't in that. It was from the source. Like, whether it was an acoustic guitar, it was like, man, the strings were really old, and I'm sitting here hitting SSL at 8K trying to brighten it up, but it never gets there. It always sounds weird. Like, and what I'm after was new strings. So you need to delete it, put new strings on it, and start over.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people just don't realize that. It takes many years to listen to something and be like, okay,
That's why.
like, redo, So over the years of doing it, you get to the point where it's like, before you even push record, someone's playing something, that's going to work or not, So, but we're still learning,
I mean, it'll come down to the gauge of the pick that they're using.
Yeah, for sure. If you're doing something intimate and you got this really thick pick,
Might be a little harsh.
It probably not going to work. There's the devil's in the details. It's really wild. It's crazy. So,
Man, this was an experience, brother.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad y'all came down and scoped the place out, man. I think we've been open 4 years at this location now.
I guess it's right at 4 years.
Right at 4, and like, dude, we just got started, man. Like, we're new. There's several studios around here, but they've been around since probably the 60s or 70s. And you've been around that long, people gonna know about you.
Absolutely.
So, but we just now cracked the can open, man. So, yeah. Yeah,
we're just now bringing big artists here.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, and it's seeing the amount of growth we've had from the first month we were open to now. It's just like, I would have thought we would be where we are now in 10 years. So it's great, man. So.
I love it, man. All right, man. So we are here, man. Again, this was a beautiful, beautiful experience from walking in to now that we're about to get out of here. You'll be seeing more of us together. Am I correct with that, brother?
Correct.
You'll be seeing more of us together, man. Surprise. I've been telling y'all I had a surprise for y'all this whole time, and now the secret's out. So definitely, man, you'll be seeing more content from right down here in Grand Cane. If you need your album mixed, mastered, recorded, as you know, social media, whatever it is that you need, man, right here is where it is. We got you covered. Just make sure, how do they get in contact with you?
Well, we've got a website, stillrecordstudios.com. We're all over social media, Facebook. Are we a Twitter? Or do we tweet?
We do not use Twitter.
We're not tweeters.
But you can book with us and email us, and we can try to set up a session date for you when we get started. And obviously, we're available by phone call and you can get a hold of us.
Yeah.
Our number is also on all our pages. So
Yeah.
you can call me or Kyle.
Yeah. We could put a,
I got
something
you.
up there with
I
all the
got you.
contact
Yeah,
info to
absolutely.
get in touch with us.
I got you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool, man. So, man, listen, we out of here, man. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace out.